Hi, I'm Marie. I'm one of your Marker Pop colorists. I have a mini tutorial for you today, and I hope you enjoy it. Today, I'm going to share 3 techniques with you that will help you make amazing folds. That will be plan, establish light source, and flick in the direction of the fabric folds. And we're going to continue to expand our Copic combos, and we'll be using B91, B93, B95, and B97, and this will give us a light cobalt blue. My Express It was stamped using Memento, compatible with our Copic Certainty alcohol marker, and we're using this adorable Sherry Baldy My Besties image. I like to mark out sometimes where I want those folds by planning ahead with a little bit of pencil on some scratch paper. I don't use my paper that I'm going to be coloring on because your markers will pick up the pencil color. So just stamp on some scratch and block it out. And then we establish our light source. This will be critical to keep that light source consistent throughout your entire image. Ours is coming from which would be your right hand side and toward the front. And I'm just blocking out and mapping areas where I'm going to be having my folds. I do this with a lighter color so I can color over if I need to. Now we're going to be blending out just a little from this, extending the fold toward the highlights, but I'm flicking in the direction of my fabric folds. Now we're going to darken that with our intense color, our B97, right down the center. Careful not to go too much into the other lighter areas. And we're flicking out with our mid-tone, just widening that area, blending, getting a smooth blend and flicking outward toward the center in the direction that you would want your fold to flow. It helps to sometimes look at some fabric under light and look at how light plays upon the fabric. That was a technique Suzanne would always stress constantly with us, is look at your environment, look at fabric, look at how it plays on the fabric, look how it plays on hair. Different fabrics will also reflect light differently, so experiment, have fun with that. Now we're blending, going back and darkening our very darkest intense color again, and blending out a little bit more with our mid-tone. You notice I've been reworking this multiple times. It takes a while to establish your folds. It isn't as quick as some of the other techniques. It takes probably 2-3 times working over an image in order to get the folds to really flow. Now I'm moving up and flicking out just a little bit toward the center, the upper part of the knee, I'm extending that area some with my mid-tone, and flicking toward the highlight. Careful to leave some white area. We will cover over that later because these are blue jeans and they won't have a white highlight. But every time we go over a color, it will lay down one more layer of particle, and that will darken your color. So reserve the very lightest of your highlight toward the very end. And I'm also working in very small sections. Rather than jumping to both legs at the same time, I worked one and now I'm working on the other leg. You want to keep that ink very moist. It will blend better. If it dries, it will not blend. You'll have to re-wet the area again. So try to work in small areas, keeping your Copic ink very wet. And we're laying in those areas that we've established, just mapping it out where we want our dark shade to go. See the folds, how they're popping in? They look like kind of those baggy blue jeans that everyone seems to like to wear, including me. Now we're darkening those areas, adding our dark shadow area, the B97, establishing those dark folds. Use this sparingly and blending out just a little, extending beyond the edge of it with your mid-tone. Careful not to go into your highlight. And your lighter mid-tone. And when I use my B91, I frequently, always when I use my highlight, wipe off the end of the nib on scratch paper. You do not want to transfer any of that darker color over into your highlight. But you can see the folds, how they're established. And we're just putting a little bit on the cuff of the pants legs, and on the cuff they will be standing out from the pants, so you're going to want to keep those your lighter shades, and you will not use your darker mid-tone or your dark intense shadow in this area. There you go. The folds are in those baggy little pants, and the cuffs are just jutting out in front. In the area of the crotch of the pants, of course, are your darkest tones, the most deepest shadow. Okay, and there you have it. And I hope you give this a try. It's an adorable little image. And I'm going to put it on this SVG Cuts basket that I made. I created a tag with it, and the tag just holds on to that. So I hope you enjoy.